and then you ask the librarian, hey, where's the world history section? And she sends you over there to the world history section, and then you start looking at it like chronologically. SEO, I mean, at a very, very rudimentary rate, is kind of like that, where it's trying to get you indexed for the right place and on the internet.
Tell me one thing. You just said like Google don't like SEO. Google don't like that you put a bunch of keywords in there, and at the same time, I seen that Google don't like ChatGPT generated content. So what is it that Google actually likes? What will rank you the best?
Look, you have to go back from, let's say, the beginning of, it doesn't mean Google hates SEO. They actually work with SEOs, you know what I mean? Pointing us, saying this is what's considered good SEO, this is what's considered bad SEO. They know it's a fact of life. They wish it wasn't, all right? And there's a reason why, because, sometimes depending on if the algorithm's doing its job or not, sometimes when you search for something, sometimes it's junk, right? It's just people who game the system and they're at the top and you're like, the first 3, 4, 5, 6 results, you're like, this is not relevant. This is just garbage, right? It's just a content farm, right? And so they have to work to try and push those sites out and actually give you, the user, something useful, right? The algorithm started, how they first came about was they came out with a way to rank websites, and that was based on backlinks. So how many websites are linking to your website? Okay, that was the very first algorithm that they came up with. Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. That's how they started in '97, right? They formed an algorithm around it. They invented like the little so-called crawlers to go crawl the internet, and then find and count the backlinks, and then categorize the backlinks, based on the keywords, who's linking to you, right? And then so you have all these kind of keywords linked at websites based on, whether it's a news site or this site, and they're using certain words to link to yours, and then it ranked you based on that. And it worked really well. It worked so well. We all forgot. Remember Yahoo? Remember Excite? Remember Alta Vista? I mean, depending how old people are now, maybe some of them don't even remember life before Google. But that's why Google won, right? Because they came up with that, kind of killer algorithm. And then what happened was people gamed it. So I went and would start, like, not me personally, but this is what people would do. In '97, obviously, I was still in high school. But what people would do at the time is they create these content farms. They just create tons of websites, all right? Write a few keywords on them and link them to the site that they want to rank high. And if you did that, boom, you're number one, right?
And I remember that.
It was really easy to rank. You could really easy. So then Google's like, oh shit. I don't know if we can swear on this podcast. You can follow that. Well, oh shoot. So
you can do whatever you want here.
Awesome. We're free. And then they'd have to switch the algorithm. They'd have to tweak it, saying, okay, now we can't just rank it based on backlinks. We have to put a couple other factors in, right? And they keep adding different factors and changing it, or they'll put like a Google smackdown, meaning, if they find pages that are using these techniques, these stuffing with a bunch of keywords on the site, just writing the same thing, creating a bunch of websites that you own and they're all garbage websites and linking to you. These are kind of red flags for Google, and then they'll penalize your site, right? And as SEOs, what we're asking ourselves is, what is Google's algorithm looking for, and how do I tweak what I'm doing to beat the algorithm so I can get ranked at the top? That is what every SEO is goal, and that's what they're thinking. And Google is trying to change the algorithm every time we quote unquote figure it out. And then it's just this race where it goes, because man, being at the top, it means a lot. There's a recent stat, I think by Ahrefs.com. It's an SEO tool, but 91% of all websites on earth have zero traffic. Nobody visits them.
Wow. Really?
So it gives you an idea of how many websites are out there, because you think, oh, every website I've been to has traffic, right? You know what I mean? No, like 91% of the websites out there get zero traffic. So you can look at that from our point of view, as digital marketers, as an opportunity, right? But also you can also look at that at how hard it is, right? Not everybody can afford to do SEO. Even not everyone can understand to do it themselves, even if they wanted to, because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, this is interesting. You said no, not everybody can afford it. What is it, like some budget solution? Let's say you are starting in a garage, new company, you invented this super revolutionary microchip, but you don't have money to put some serious campaign. What is it you can do tomorrow?
Look, for online, what you can do tomorrow, obviously